Hello friends and welcome in today's session. Today we are going to see about the characteristics of synthetic fiber. This is only small portion left about the synthetic fiber and then we will start our new topic, that is the plastic, right? So let's start our today's topic, characteristics of synthetic fibers, right? As you know that synthetic fibers are nowadays very popular because of these characteristics. So which are these characteristics? They dry up quickly, fast they will dry as compared to the natural fiber, as compared to the cotton clothes, right? They are durable, long lasting, right? Then less expensive, then readily available, anywhere they are available in the market, easy to maintain, right? Means they will not crush, right? Maintenance is there, means you don't have to iron them repeatedly, so maintenance is very easy, because nowadays we all have a very busy life schedule. So in that we will just see that whatever the makes our life very easy, that things only we will adapt. So among that synthetic fiber is one of, right? So that's why synthetic fibers nowadays becomes more and more popular, and that's why most of us are just preferring the clothes prepared from the synthetic fiber. So based on this, question will be asked in the exam, maybe for 3 marks, 2 marks or 5 marks also, right? What are the important characteristics of the synthetic fibers which makes the synthetic clothes more popular, right? So these important characteristics you have to write. See on the next page, activity is given. Take two cloth pieces of the same size, roughly half a meter square each. One of these should be from the natural fiber and other could be a synthetic fiber. So one natural and another synthetic fibers cloth pieces you have to take. Take help of your parents in selecting these pieces. Soak the pieces in a different mugs, each containing the same amount of water, right? Maybe you measure the water and take, then take out the pieces from the container after 5 minutes and spread them in the sun for a few minutes, and compare the volume of water remaining in the each container. So who soaks more amount of water, right? So in this what we will see, the natural fibers are there, they will soak the more amount of water, so that container will have the less amount of water, right? Synthetic fibers will soak less amount of water. Because of that, when the clothes has to dry up, then the synthetic clothes will dry quickly because it does not hold the water more, right? While the natural fibers are there, as they holding the water in them, they will take time for drying too, right? So this is what the activity, you can try it. So this is what it is given, right? Then next point is the plastic, right? So the plastic, if you will see, so this is again a kind of a polymer, right? So here the picture is given, this is given the linear arrangement of the plastic units, and this is given the cross linked arrangement of the plastic monomers, right? So linear means one to one attachment is there and no branches are there. So this is what called as a linear arrangement, right? And in this, if you will see, side branches are there, right? So that's why this is little bit complex arrangement. So this is what it is called as the cross linked arrangement of the plastic molecule. So by this you can understand that clearly plastic is again a polymer, right? See, this is a polymer like synthetic fiber. They do not have the same type of arrangement. Some may have the linear while some others have the cross linked arrangement. Just now you have seen the picture. What is mean by linear arrangement and the cross linked arrangement, right? Now what are the characteristics of the plastic? What can we do with the plastic? Plastic is easily moldable, means you can mold in any shape. Plastic, you can change its shape and you can make a anything, any kind of shape object you can make. So it is easily moldable, that can be shaped in any form. It can be recycled. Very important point, plastic can be recycled. Again you can reuse it once again. Once you have used, then same you can use it once again, right? So it can be reused, colored, right? It is available in different colors, right? Then it can be melted. You can melt it and convert that into a liquid. Then rolled into sheets or made into wire. Even you can make the sheets of the plastic or you can make the wires of the plastic. So actually making sheets and wires are the characteristics of the metals which we can see, but here in plastics also we can see these characteristics. Plastic can be molded, can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, made into sheets and drawn into wire. So here you can see the pictures of the different plastics are there. Chair, bucket, small container is there, and even the toy is also made up of a plastic. So various types of atoms are there that is made up of the plastic. Here is one box, in that given it is about the polythene. All of you know about the polythene, right? So all of generally we were using the polythene bags to carry something from one place to another, or simply when we go to the market, then that time vendors are there, they are generally giving the vegetables in the polythene bag only, right? So these polythenes are there. Actually what it is, right? So see here, polythene, right? So if you bifurcate it, you will get the poly plus ethene. So ethene is one of the word, chemical, it is one of the chemical, right? Monomer it is. And whenever ethene comes so many times like this, ethene, 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 join a long fiber, then it becomes a polythene, right? So here it is an example of a plastic used for making commonly used polythene bag, and again it is a polymer, right? Now see on the next page, here different types of the plastics are given. So for that one activity is said, what you have to take a hot water, right? And all of you must have the plastic water bottles. So this hot water you just add into a plastic water bottle, right? Then what will happen? The plastic bottle will get deformed. Deform means whatever its earlier shape is there, it will just get changed, it will get molded due to hot water, right? Means due to hot water temperature is increased, and because of that increased temperature the water bottle shape is get changed. So this is what it is called as a deformed. Now due to heat this plastic bottle is get deformed. So the plastic which can bend easily, right, during heating, then such plastics are known as thermoplastic. This is the one type of the plastic, right? The plastic which can bend very easily due to heat or during heating, then that plastic is known as the thermoplastic. Examples are given here: polythene, PVC, then toys, right? Then various types of containers, comb. So these are various examples of the thermoplastic. Now the second type of plastic is a thermosetting plastic, just opposite to the thermoplastic, right? What? The plastic which do not bend or mold while eating. Once it is molded, then second time when you heat them, they will not bend or even they will not mold at all, right? Once it is molded, then second time they will not be molded while heating. These type of plastics are called as thermosetting plastic. See here, the plastic which when molded once cannot be softened by heating, these are called as thermosetting plastic. This is the definition, right? Now here examples are given. There are two examples. One is the bakelite and second is the melamine. Whenever it will be asked in the exam, the same examples you have to write, bakelite and melamine. Now this bakelite is there, that is a very poor conductor of heat and electricity, right? So wherever the electric switches are there, electric boards are there, then handles of the various utensils which we are generally using in the kitchen, see, these all are made up of the bakelite. Maybe you know the at home you have the electric switchboard, right? Then all these boards are there, that is made up of bakelite. Why? Because it is a poor conductor of electricity. If suppose short circuit takes place, then also from that switch, from that board, you will not get a shock. Second, it is that in kitchen there are so many utensils where black color handle you have seen, very strong. Best example is cooker, right? Cooker is there or pan is there, in that very long black color handle is there. So whatever the if you have kept that container on gas stove also and it is very hot, then also you can hold it with that handle and carry. You will not get heat, or your hand will not get burned. Why? Because this plastic is a poor conductor of heat. That's why it will not be hot, right? So this is the examples of the bakelite plastic. The next one is that melamine, right? So melamine is a versatile material, right? It resists the fire and can tolerate heat better than other plastic, right? See here the characteristics of melamine. It is a versatile material, resist fire, means fire resistance, means if you want to burn this, then also it will not be burn easily. Then it can tolerate heat better than other plastic, as it does not burn, does not get fired, means it can tolerate heat better than other plastic, and it is used for making floor tiles, kitchenwares and fabrics which resist the fire. So whatever the firefighters are there, right? So there these fabrics are used to make their costume, because whenever they have to go visit to a place where fire is there, so that time this kind of fabric is there, it will be protect them from getting fire, right? So this is the characteristics of melamine. So remember, thermosetting plastics, one is bakelite and second one is the melamine. Here you can see some of the articles are given. These are all articles made up of a thermosetting plastic, right? Electric switchboard is there, plate, right? So tile it is given here. A kitchenware is there, handle is there, right? And thermoplastic it is given. This is of a container and wire. So they can mold or bend or melt during heating. So this is of thermoplastic, and this one is the thermosetting plastic. Once molded, then second time you cannot soften them by heating or bend them, mold them once again by heating. This is the firm one, right? Now the next point is the plastic as a materials of choice. Now why mostly we choose the plastic? We have the options for that, right? So many metals are available. So like aluminium utensils are there, glass are there, glass containers are there, copper containers are there, stainless steel is there, brass is there. So if we have these many choices, then also why we more prefer for the plastic as a material of choice, right? This is our next point. Now when we think about store something, or when we mostly purchase, take an example of milk. When we buy milk from the market, so it will be in the plastic bag, right? So pani, water bottles are there, that is made up of a plastic. then so many articles are there that is nowadays available in the plastic, right? So if we see, maximum things are there in outside market, they all are made up of plastic. So whenever we think of something, so majority we can see plastic in front of our eyes. Today if we think of storing of food item, water, milk, pickles, dry food, etc., then plastic containers we mostly prefer. Why? What is the reason that we are just preferring plastic containers to store all these things? They are all eatables, food, right? So we are storing them in a plastic container. What is the reason? The reason is its characteristics. So what are the different characteristics? It is lightweight, right? Not a heavy. So very easy to carry from one place to another place. Then lower price, right? Economically it is beneficial. Due to low price, anyone can afford it. Next one, good strength, means it is durability is high, it can be last for longer time. Next one is easy handling, due to lightweight, in particular shape, it is very easy to handle these containers, right? Suppose you take an example of a glass container, right? Suppose if you have to store a pickle and that you are storing in a glass container, so whenever you have to carry that container from one place to another place, and because of that oil or due to any reason the container just slip from your hand and falls down, then as it is of glass, definitely it is going to break into number of pieces. But this is not there in case of plastic. Suppose by mistake it slips from your hands, then also it is not going to break, right? So that's why it is very easy to handle. Being lighter as compared to the metals, plastic are used in car, aircrafts and spacecraft too, to reduce their weights, right? So to reduce the weight in spacecraft, aircraft, because it is very essential as they are going to fly. Even in the cars, because of their durability, instead of using metals and even make them very cost effective, right? These metals are get replaced by the plastic in these areas. If we go on counting, the list will be very long, it will be endless, no end will be there if we go on counting the plastic articles wherever the plastic is used. So in that, slipper, furniture, decoration, pipe pieces, etc., so many things are there which is made up of a plastic. Next point is the reason why, the characteristics of the plastic which nowadays makes this plastic more and more popular. The first characteristic, plastic is a non-reactive, means plastic does not react, right, or does not take part in the reaction. So because of these characteristics, so number of food items are stored in the plastic container. See, plastic do not react with water and air, so due to this they do not corrode easily, and that's why we can use them to store various kinds of materials, like some chemicals also can be stored in the plastic container. Next characteristics, plastic is light, strong and durable, right? Now for this reason, as the plastic is light, strong and durable, we can mold them into different shapes and size, right? And these things can be used for various purposes. Now the plastics generally cheaper than the metals and widely used in the industries for household articles. So this is what the plastic is, light in weight, strong and durable. That's why in industries it will be used on a large scale to make so many household articles, right? Because it is easily molded and it will be converted into various shapes and size. Even it will be also given different colors, right? So because of all these reasons, it will be used to make different articles of the household, right? And becomes popular. Next point or next characteristics is plastics are poor conductors, right? So as the plastics are poor conductor of heat and electricity, so wherever the electrical appliances are there we can use these plastics, right? Or wherever heat related something is there also we can use the plastic, because in contrast of the metals are the good conductor of heat and electricity. So where we can't use the metals, their plastic can be used very easily due to their the heat and electricity is a poor conductor, right? So plastics are poor conductor of heat and electricity. That's why electrical wires, plastic covering, handles of screwdrivers, these are all made up of plastic. Handles of frying pans are there, that is also made up of plastic. So this we have seen in the types of the plastic. So this will comes in a thermosetting plastic, right? So handles of frying pans are there, cookwares are there, they are made up of a very strong plastic, that is a thermosetting plastic. Now see the next point. Did you know in that it is given, again you have to see this box because question may asked on this also. So in this it is given plastic find extensive use in the healthcare industries, right? Healthcare industries means definitely it is related with the medical, right? Example, they are used packing tablets, threads, plastic threads are used for stitching wounds, means for surgeries, syringes, doctor gloves are there, and number of medical instruments are there. All these are made up of plastic, right? Then special type of plastic cookwares are used in microwave ovens for cooking food, right? So they will not show any kind of impact of this heat on them, right? The heat cook the food, but it does not affect the plastic vessel. So in this way microwave vessels are there that can also be made up of a plastic. Next point is Teflon. It is a special plastic on which oil and water do not stick, right? So this can be also used for non-stick coating on the cookware. So all of you are aware that in our kitchen we have non-stick pans, right? Non-stick cookers. So all these non-stick vessels are there. In that we are using very less amount of oil because they don't stick, right? Whatever we will add in that, that substance will not stick to that cookware. So that is a non-stick. So this non-stick coating is there, that is of black color, and that is of a Teflon, right? So it will not stick water and oil. So whatever we are applying oil or water, that will be remain as it is, right? So nowadays very useful Teflon is there, which is used to coat the cookwares from inner side, and that's why nowadays we can cook our food in very less amount of oil. Next point is there fireproof plastics, right? Fireproof plastic means the plastic which protect us from the fire, or on which the fire will not shows any kind of impact. It will not burn in the fire, right? So in this these are made up of the synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are there that will catch the fire easily. But if we know, then the uniforms of firemen are there. They have a coating of a melamine plastic. We have seen in the thermosetting plastics two examples where there one is bakelite and second one is the melamine. So that melamine is here. This melamine plastic is there that makes these clothes flame resistance, right? Fireproof, right? So this melamine plastic coat will be given to the fireman's uniform, and in that way the fireman's uniform will make a fireproof, right? So this is one more biggest use of plastic. See the next point, the plastic and the environment. Next point is plastic and the environment. Now, what is the actual impact of the plastic on the environment? That we will see in this point. Because just now we have seen that so many areas are there in our life where plastic is already entered and occupied most of the places. So everywhere in day-to-day life, everywhere we can see the plastic. Now if this much plastic is there, then how it will be shows impact on the environment. That we will see, right? So see here, before seeing that we should know the two terms, that is biodegradable substance and non-biodegradable substance. So see the first, biodegradable substance, a material which get decomposed through natural process such as action by a bacteria is called a biodegradable. Means the substance, any substance which can get decomposed very easily by the decomposers in a nature naturally within a few days or maybe in months, that substance is called as a biodegradable. Means that substance need to be degraded completely by the action of microbes in the environment. So these substances, whatever it is there, these all are called as the biodegradable substances, right? And opposite to this is a non-biodegradable substances. The definition is that the materials which is not easily decomposed, means it will take several years of time to decompose. It may get degrade, right, decompose, but it will take a very long time, right? So that do not easily decompose by the natural process is termed as a non-biodegradable. Below that, if you will see, a table is given, that table 3.3, in that the list of the material is given, even second column is there where the approximate time required to degrade that material in the nature is given, and then the type of material is given. So go through this table. See the piece of vegetables and fruits, leftover food stuff, whatever it is there, it will get degraded within 1 to 2 weeks, right? So as the time required is less, these substances are in category of biodegradable substances. Then paper, it can degrade within 10 to 30 days, means 1 month time, right? So that is also required less time, so biodegradable substance. Wood, it is a natural substance from the plant. It will take a little bit more time, that is 10 to 15 years to degrade, right? As it is 10 to 15 years, natural substance is there, degrade completely, so that's why it is called as a biodegradable. One more is there, cotton clothes, right? So these cotton clothes which we wear, that will get degraded in 2 to 5 months, right? So that's why it is also a biodegradable substance. Then woolen clothes, like the sweaters are there, right? So this will take near about a year to degrade, right? So that's why within a year, as it is degrading, it is also biodegradable substance. But if you will see the metals like tin, aluminium and other metal cans are there. So when we throw them in the nature, so that will take 100 to 500 years. So that is a very long time period, right? So for that very long time period, they have categorized in a non-biodegradable material, right? Same like that plastic which we are studying now. So whatever the plastic articles we are using, plastic bags we are using, containers we are using, if we throw them in the environment, it will take several years. It may be in thousands of years, right? So that will take a long time to degrade, and that's why it is a non-biodegradable substance. So among these all list, last 2 columns are there, that is a non-biodegradable substance. So whenever the definitions and examples will be asked, you write the definition and give these example. This will be for all biodegradable substances, and these two are there, that will be for non-biodegradable. On the next page, if we see, as we have seen, plastics take several years for degrading naturally, so that's why we can't say that plastic is eco-friendly, right? Plastic is not environment friendly. So how it causes impact on the environment? See here, because of the plastic, environment get polluted, right? How? Suppose if we don't want the plastic, then if we burn it, right? So the burning process is there. Because of that, it will release poisonous gases, poisonous fumes in the air, and air will get polluted, right? So this is what, whenever the plastic is burned in the air, the atmosphere is get polluted, air pollution will be takes place, right? But suppose if we do not burn and if we dump them in the garbage, then what will happen generally? Suppose the plastic, if the air is polluting, so we will not burn the plastic. Now whatever the plastic we have, you just take and dump into the garbage. Then what will happen? As it is a non-biodegradable substance, it will take thousands of years to degrade. So wherever you have thrown, either it will be remain over there for hundreds of years, or if it would not be, then it may move from one place to another place, right? So see, when the garbage, we dump the plastic in the garbage, then in that, specially we know that there are some animals like cows, they are just roaming and eating the food, whatever we throw generally, right? So in the process of eating food waste, they swallow the materials like the polythene. Suppose if you have kept the rotis or rice or vegetables packed in that polythene only, waste, remaining waste of the vegetables, and if you throw them as it is, then actually cow want to eat the roti, rice or that vegetable waste, right? But as you have kept that into the polythene, they don't have the hands to take out it and then eat properly, right? They are just gone eating, and sometimes they eat plastic also along with the food material. So in that case what happen? If they swallow the plastic polythene bag, then this polythene bag, as it is a non-biodegradable substance, that is also not digested in the cow's stomach, right? These polythene bags and wrappers of foods are there, they will choke the respiratory system of these animals, and due to choking of the respiratory system, animals may die. If it is not choked, if they engulf, then possibility is that the linings will be cut in the stomach, right? And because of that also these animals will get dead. So ultimately, whenever we throw the plastic in the garbage, and if it is eaten by the animals, then they may die due to eating the plastic, right? So that's why we should not throw. Second impact is given when we throw the polythene bags in the garbage, then these polythene bags, wherever we have thrown carelessly, they may get responsible for clogging the drains, right? And once the drains will be clogged, then what will happen? Due to that, whenever the rainy season will come, the water has to be run out, that will not be takes place, and due to short rainfall, there will be just stagnating of water. So in the cities, flood-like situation will occur. See here, when we throw these wrappers of chips, biscuit and other eatables on the road or parks or picnic places, so as these consequences occur, so we should not throw them anywhere, right? That should be thrown in dustbins only, because these all can be sent afterwards for recycling, or municipality people will degrade them properly, right? As we are the responsible citizen we are suggesting some of the methods to keep our surrounding area clean, right? So in that you can see, first thing, avoid using plastic bags, right? You don't use the plastic bags, so instead of that you can use the jute bags, right, or the clothes bag. So whenever you will go to the market, that time you carry your own bag from home only, and strictly say no to the shopkeeper for the plastic bag, right? So if you are not bringing the plastic bag, then there will be no any question of throwing plastic bags. Automatically the environment will not be dirty, and whatever the different consequences we have seen because of throwing the plastic bags in the garbage or burning the plastics, that will not be occur. So as a responsible citizen, we can use the cloth bags or jute bags for shopping, right? Then biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste are there, that should be collected separately and disposed of. Nowadays municipality is providing two types of bins, right? So in that you can separate this biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. So non-biodegradable waste, in that some of the recycling material is there, that will be sent for recycling also. So in this way, if you will separate the waste and throw in that particular bins, further work will be very easy. So start this from us only, right? Next thing is that whatever the plastic materials we are using at home, so try to reduce the use of these plastic materials, right? And if it is there, then you have to better to recycle this whatever the plastic waste will be created at home, right? Most of the thermoplastics are there that can be recycled, right? But thermosetting plastics are there that cannot be recycled, right? Because we have seen by heating we cannot mold them. Then during recycling, certain coloring agents can be added, and this will limit the usage, especially for storage of food, because they will have then particular shelf lifetime, right? If we go on storing the food item in such recycled containers, then due to added color in that color may react with the food item which we have stored in that, and maybe get polluted. So to avoid this, don't use this kind of a plastic. At last it is given, as a responsible citizen you have to remember the 4 R's principle, that is reduce, reuse, recycle and recover. Reduce means whatever the plastic we are nowadays using, that you go on reducing. Reduce the use of a plastic. So once we reduce the use of plastic, whatever the pollution is causing because of that, that will also automatically reduced. Reuse, once the plastic is used, then once again, just by single use we can't throw that plastic. You can reuse that plastic once again, right? Recycle, whatever the plastic waste is there, that you give for recycling. So automatically the waste generated because of the plastic in the garbage, that will be reduced. And recover, right? So whatever the waste is produced, that you can recover. In this way the 4 R's are there that you can follow to reduce the plastic waste, right? And make our environment clean and hygienic. See, the next point is given of fire wise. In that, see, do not throw plastic bags in the water bodies or on the road. This is what it is given. Next, take a cotton carry bags or jute bag while going to the shopping, and try to minimize the use of plastic materials, that is use a steel lunch box instead of a plastic one, right? So in this way we can reduce the use of plastic in our life. So this is what about the plastic and environment, right? So all these points are very important. Prepare all these points very nicely. If you have any doubt related to this, write in comments. If you don't have any doubt, then please like the video so I can understand that all these points are clear to you, right? So complete the notes of these all points, prepare well, and all the best.